Esther 2:14. In the evening she went in, and in the morning she returned to the second harem, to the custody of Shaashgaz, the king's eunuch who kept the concubines. She did not again visit the king unless the king delighted in her. She was summoned by name. I am so glad that the Lord knows our name. Some of us have received his name. And it's even better for us. Let's say, Daniel 4:4 through 10. Daniel 4:4 through 9. I'm sorry. We'll stop before verse 10. I, Nebuchadnezzar, was resting in my home in the prosperity of my palace. Now, this is key to the place he was in. At this time, kings normally were out in combat. It was very restless. You were worried about the kingdom. For him to be at his palace, then it was a time of peace. And for him to be at rest means that everything in the kingdom, the problems were maintained with the people. There was no problems with others, and he had his people maintained. So everything was running smoothly. I saw a dream that made me afraid, and the thoughts on my bed and the visions of my head terrified me. You know, at this day and age, dreams were seen as visions from God. They were messages from the Lord. And if the Lord's going to speak to you, you need to have some reaction. This dream is enough to put aside his rest, put aside his ease, deeply troubled and terrifying. Sometimes the Lord gives us a message we don't quite understand. Oftentimes that in itself may scare us because we don't understand his message. The Lord's message, while good, there's some things that are too good for us. God's message is that Christ came to save, but it also includes that some will reject him and be judged. That's the part that should terrify people. Therefore made, and this is referring to the king Nebuchadnezzar. Therefore I made a decree to summon all the wise men of Babylon before me, so that they might make known to me the interpretation of the dream. Now, this piece of scripture right here is written from the viewpoint of Nebuchadnezzar, which is very interesting and applies to the passages later, verses later in the text I'm reading today. And the king at this time pretty much was ruling, so he could do what he wanted to. But he's starting to realize, while he may be high in power, there's one more powerful than him. Verse 5, no, in verse 7. So he's wanting his dream interpreted. Then the magicians, enchanters, Chaldean astrologers, and fortune tellers came in, and I told them about the dream, but they could not tell me its meaning. This shows that they were really tried to interpret the dream. It doesn't mean, as some, that they just told the king what he wanted to hear. No, they tried to interpret the dream. The fact is, their power was not the power of God. It not being the power of God, it's the power of the evil one. This world may have answers for us, but there comes a point in time the world won't have the answer. And we'll realize that there is no answer in this world, because the truth isn't of this world. And this is what Nebuchadnezzar was starting to realize. This is the message I get from this, is that the world has many things that can offer, but there'll come a time where you're left standing, wondering, this is King Nebuchadnezzar was who. Verse 8. At last Daniel came in before me, whose name was Belshazzar, according to the name of my God. Again, this is why it's important that it's referring to Nebuchadnezzar. He named Daniel after the God he served, which shows that he served that God and not God. So Daniel still referred to himself as Daniel. And in whom is the spirit of the holy gods. This again, Nebuchadnezzar referring to him as he sees this in him, yet he don't truly see what's in him. Because if he truly saw what was in him, he would accept God. Not just accept him as one of the gods, one of the powerful ones. He would accept him as the one and only true God, which he did not. He just lumped God in with many, which the world's starting to do that today. And the world's starting to say, there's a viewpoint where all these religions, gods, make up the one true God. That's just a lie. Nebuchadnezzar was doing the reverse. He was adding the one true God to the gods he already accepted. In a way it's the same, but in a way it's different. Both are wrong and sin, and lies from Satan. And I told him the dream, saying, so he tells him the dream. Daniel was a man of God. This is the truth behind that. Not a man that served one of the spirits of the holy. He is a man of God. A man called by God to do what he did. And Belshazzar, chief of the magicians. Now he was put in this place by King Nebuchadnezzar. The fact is, he never did any of that. He just did what the Lord gave him the ability to do. The Lord gave him power to interpret dreams, so he interpreted dreams. He always claimed and gave credit to the Lord because it was due him. I know that the spirit of the holy gods is in you. No mystery is too difficult for you. Again, Daniel probably had a great understanding, but he could understand because the Lord was with him. Tell me the meaning of this vision I saw in my dream. You know, we can ask the Lord for many things, and He has the answers. But are we really seeking His answer? Are we looking to the astrologers, the magicians, the stargazers, all these things for answers? He has the answers. We don't need to look anywhere else.